What's up, Fragrant family? This is Tyler with Simply Fragrances, and as you can tell, I'm joined by a very special guest, Mr. John Morell from John Morell Fragrance Review. So, so this is pretty cool. So we actually still had quite a few samples left over from the initial haul that I had sent him, and so we broke the first part of it up into like 5 different videos, and maybe we'll do it again with this one. Who knows? We'll see how long it goes. But the last one, it went for like an hour and a half or so. We just got talking, and you know how it is whenever frag heads get together. So really excited to bring this to you guys today. So John, man, I hope you're excited as well.
I am always excited to smell anything delightful, or even not delightful.
Right, just to see it. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Glad to see you're back in business.
I'm happy, man. I'm finally a little freed up. I apologize to everybody for being I wasn't even checking Instagram or anything. I was just like, I go on like twice a day. At one point, I remember thinking, I sat watching TV and I took my phone. I go, oh wow, it was a long day. I was like, well, I have not looked at my phone all day. Yeah, it's been tough, but I'm back, and it's all been good anyway. It's all, work stuff, which, money. Gotta buy those fragrances.
It pays the bills, man.
I've been trying not to buy anything, and then today, so I had my eye on, I told you what it was. I don't remember now. What did I buy today? I think I told you.
I honestly forgot. I don't know.
Yeah, me too. Well, because I know. So I've been trying not to buy anything, and then but I've had my eye on. Hold on, and I gotta go and look to see what I bought. That's crazy. Oh yeah. So I had my eye on Cedric Bose. I guess that's how you say it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Cedric Bose.
This boy right here.
Yeah, so I've had my eye on it because it has all, I'm not one of those people that pretend I don't like Creed. I love Creed Aventus. And
as you can tell.
Yeah, and so now I've watched a lot of videos on it from YouTubers I like, and I've read reviews, which, Fragrantica, you know how that is. But even Fragrantica is pretty positive for the most part. But people say it smells like Creed, which I don't believe that. And I saw a good video today, actually, from Curly Sense, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Curly Sense. Not that Curly Sense will watch this, but but
you never know.
Yeah, you never know. But I watched her video today, and I'm so glad to hear this because, I don't want to pay a bunch of money for something that's kind of clone, and in my mind, I didn't think Mancera did that anyway, but you never know. But she came right out and said, this does not smell like Creed Aventus. Anyone who's saying that's crazy, it's of course it's along the same lines, because anytime I think a lot of it's that black currant. Anyone who puts black currant in, or birch, but they don't have birch, they have cedar, but anyone who puts one of those notes in, anyone who puts pineapple, forget it. And people just it's an Aventus cologne. It's like, dude, pineapple can be used.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's like you said, anytime you put like something sweet with like black currant or anything like that, or anything that uses pineapple, it's done deal. It's Aventus to them. So
so I pulled the trigger on that today. So I bought, and I was trying not to buy anything, but there was such a good deal. Yeah. By the way, she actually in her video said, so here's what's funny is I'm waiting for a really good deal. And this buyer there's this buyer, a couple buyers, but there's one in particular on eBay that I bought. If they have something good, I buy from them. It's Forever Luxe, and they always have great deals on eBay, and they're reputable because they have a website too. Right. So I bought a bunch of stuff from them, always legit. And so all of a sudden they put up a Cedric Bose for like $74. I'm like, yeah. But then I'm watching her video and she goes, you can get it for $60 on this. I'm like, $60? I'm like, where? And so then I click on the link and it goes to the website. It's just a sample for like, but I'm sure they did have it. It's out. It's probably her fault.
Right, exactly.
It's your fault. Really,
and everyone runs to it. Yeah.
It's like when one of those big YouTubers says anything, is forget it. I panic whenever I see like any of those people like at 30,000 or more say they like something. I'm like, I'm never gonna get this. Like I have to literally buy it now, or I'm not gonna get it.
That's what I had to do with It was Boss Bottled number 6 Intense. Max Forte, shout out to him. He's super huge. He often does his discontinued fragrances and stuff to get, and that popped up, and I was kind of wanting to get it anyways, but there was other stuff, and I was like, well, screw that, man. I got to get it now because he's got like 100 and something, subs, like 100 something thousand subs. So there's gonna be people running for it. So I bought it that day I saw the video, and then I think 3 days later I went to go check it just to see. Sold out. It was gone.
It's crazy, man. Yeah. The influence they have, and if I always wonder why. I mean, I can see why they should make. I think anyone. I know that it's so hard to make money on YouTube, but I hope that the people who have like over 30,000, even more. I mean, like if you have 10,000 followers, right, subscribers, whatever you want to call it, you have such an influence because if like, hey, it works on me. Like, I've been looking at, and I was like, I don't know, I look at things a lot, and I'm like, I don't want to pull. Like, if everyone has it too, like I know a lot of people have Cedric Bozat. I know people have it, so I'm like, well, why do I need it? It's been reviewed. What am I going to do? Right. Just add it to my collection. I want to get some things I can review or whatever. Right. But then I see Ross as his, first Ross puts it as his scent of the day. I'm like, oh, geez, this is like a sign. And then he says, Curly Scents made me do it. And I go, well, what's that about? So then I go to her channel. I'm like, watch hers. And she's like, this is the sexiest fragrance right now. I'm like, okay, fine.
Gotta get it. Well, it's funny too. It's like, I'm nothing. I just now reached 350 today. So, that's something, but I'm well under 1,000, and I've had, I think 10 or 12 people message me, Instagram me, stuff like that saying, hey man, because of you, like I bought Mont Blanc Star Walker because, I'm kind of the hype man for it. So even like just us being so small, we can still have some sort of a, impact. So I think it's pretty cool.
I've seen a couple of YouTubers. I was considering doing this because I never contact or try to get anything for free. And so I don't pay much attention to my subscribers are funny, man. They're great. I have such great subscribers. Like my base, which is, I guess you call this my base, right? Because I'm only at like 155. Yeah. I don't pay attention to how many subscribers I have. They mention it. Like they'll go, hey man, you made 150 in my comments. And I go, oh, cool, man. And so I was actually considering just like, because you can make that invisible and you can make the likes invisible. I'm like, I don't really care because I only do because I like it. Plus, I don't have an end game to this. I'm not looking at so many, because once something becomes, the reason I got into voiceovers in the first place is it's every day is different. And once something becomes like a job to me, then I'm like, God, I don't know. I have to do a video today, or, I X amount of, so, but I just keep it the way it is because I'm too lazy to even change that. But
I feel that, man. I feel that.
All right, so let's start with you know what? Let's start. You mentioned it, so let's start with this Mont Blanc Star Walker. And so there's a little story to this. I did message you, I messaged you. I think about this. So I had this in my hand at Marshals the other day. And I was so excited to buy it finally because you have been hyping it up, and you're it. Like you're the whole reason I'm buying this is because you keep hyping it up. Yeah. So there's an example where Mont Blanc should give you something. But I had it in my hand, my Marshalls, and the weight, there was a line that's about 45 minutes long. And I said, I can't do it. I'm not a line waiter. It's like when I go to amusement parks, I'm like, I don't care how much that express pass is. It's more than the ticket. I'm buying it because I don't wait in line. I don't know why I just can't do it. But
what's crazy too is like, I don't know why more people don't talk about it. It's just such a good, light, crisp fragrance, which you'll see.
No, we're about to see. All right. So,
man. All right. Yeah, and real quick before I forget, you mentioned you kind of been on Instagram. To my subscribers too, because I know I have a couple people. I haven't been on my Instagram like I should have either, so I do apologize for that. But anyways.
Oh man, this is a lot different than I expected, actually.
Yeah. In a good way or bad way?
No, good way. I don't know honestly, I don't know what I expected. I don't. This is a lot different than I thought. I don't know. Yeah. Like for example, I don't know. People love Legend Spirit, and I like it too.
Right.
I do like it, which is why I got Havas. But yeah. So I always just imagine anything that's bright smelling, sort of like that. Maybe like a
Gotcha.
like a shower, like it out of the shower, or
Right. Almost kind of soapy, but
which this doesn't smell anything
no,
like
it doesn't. And what's crazy, I hear people all the time say that this compares to this Versace Oh Man Fresh or Man Fresh.
Sure.
I can kind of sort of see it, but I mean, it's different enough to me where it's its own fragrance.
I don't have that either. I saw that cheap recently too.
Oh, dude, you gotta have that, man. I'm also.
I know you love that. It's another. It's like your favorite. That's your first, right? You said it was your first fragrance.
Yeah, so it was my first what I consider a big boy purchase, because I didn't know. I was 19. I didn't know anything about discounters, or I don't even know if they were around back then. But yeah, so I went and bought it retail, man. And I thought I was hot stuff.
Yeah, but it must have been good because you still like it.
Oh, absolutely. I've went through probably 3 bottles now. So, but I mean, then again, my collection back then wasn't over 100 like it is now. So
yeah. Well, I was just trying to bring up the notes on this because the bamboo is fascinating. I remember you said I had bamboo, and I was like, "What is that?" And that must be what it is, because this is very different, actually.
Yeah, I personally don't know.
Oh man, now I gotta get this too. I hate when I have to get something.
Well, the good news is it's only $20, like $25.
True, yeah.
Well,
I have a bunch of cheapies I wanted to get, and I tried to get. So what I tried to do is, I have a bunch of cheapies in my cart right now that I haven't seen anyone review, and that no one talks about. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna just buy a bunch of cheapies because people love cheapies, right? And I'm like, and I like the notes on them. It took me a long time. I did a lot of research, and I was looking up notes that I like, and I would, in Fragrantic, I click a note that I like and then look at what fragrances were there. And so there's a couple Ferrari fragrances, EDPs, that I was thinking about trying.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen anyone talk about them. And so I have them in my cart, and then I'm getting the man. I'm finally, you got me on that too. I mean, you should hit them up for Darren. That's another one the Mandarina Duck.
Yes.
Black. That's another one you should get some money from them. Because I know, at least I saw someone in your comments say they bought it because
yeah. Shout out to Bearded and Winning. He's a subscriber. He's super awesome. So if you're watching this, man, you're awesome. But he commented saying that he got it and he absolutely loves it. So
and I commented on his because I was like, is it really? Because I'm like, because it's so cheap. I saw it on eBay for like $21.
Well, that's funny because like when it first came out, it came out in 2011, I believe, 2010 or 2011, somewhere in there, and it was at Dillard's for like $95. So
wow.
I mean, yeah, so it used to kind of have a name behind it, and there's other flankers in that line that
There's a lot of flankers. I saw them all, and I get wrapped up in that. Once I decided to buy Mandarina Duck Black, then I'm like, oh, you know what? I should buy like 3 of these. But then I get the other thing that I have a hard time. I do my best, but I have a hard time breaking away from. I try to read into the reviews, but man, those people on Fragrantica can talk me out of, because when people start saying things like this is the worst thing I've ever smelled, and then like if 2 people say that, I'm like, geez, how can 2 people think this is the worst thing they've ever smelled?
Right. Yeah. No. I mean, you're gonna get that. I mean,
but they're so wrong about everything. By the way, there's so many. And so many things I've had where I go and I look it up and people are like, smells like Pledge. I'm like, what are you talking about? Pledge. And then they get me the other way. Like I bought a couple of fragrances that people seem to like on there, and I'm like,
this is garbage,
they got me. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
And I understand that everyone likes different things, but that's why I like YouTube reviewers better, because most of the time they're fairly positive, but they'll tell you if they don't like something.
Yeah.
But then people get mad about that. I'm very fortunate with that. I haven't had anyone yet. I don't have enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and you kind of get that both ways, because like for me, I'm a very honest YouTuber. I mean, I don't like, if someone sends me something, I'm very grateful, but I'm gonna give honest, thoughts and opinions. And I used to get kind of a bad, not really bad name, but people always say, man, you like everything. There's not a fragrance that you don't like. But I was like, well, have you seen my review on Aaron Terrence Hughes Slut? I didn't really care for it. There's a couple other ones that I didn't like, and I'm honest about it, But
also it could be that you choose not to review. So for me, like Yuzu Man to me is not good. It's not good. It's for a lot of reasons. I don't know who would like it, to be honest. but someone maybe does apparently, because
Right.
I think I bought it based on some reviews on Fragrantica, but it's not great. But I choose not to review it because what's the point? Like no one
Right.
cares. I mean, I guess I should. Maybe I'll do like I guess maybe to help people not spend their money on crap like that.
Right.
I should
right.
say crap like that's awful. Maybe someone would like it.
Yeah.
But I try to be positive anyway. It's like, especially if it's indie, I don't want to ever bash indie places.
Right.
I'm
Right.
actually, you know who I'm into now? Oh, dang, I got so much stuff I want to buy. It sucks. It does.
Yeah.
I'm kind of into Icon. You know, the indie house from Arizona. I have a decant of, well, it's not even a decant. I think it's a sample, but it's a big one. It's a big sample of, although they just changed the formula. What is it called? It's something Ave. What's wrong with me? I can't see it from here.
I know the house, but I'm not too familiar with the names and stuff. But
yeah, actually, you know what? So I have it right here. I don't want to say it wrong, and I want to make sure I get it right. It's hold on. I think I'm going to buy glass quartz too. Seems like a summer fragrance, but Mill Ave, and I go to Phoenix, so I can picture like when he's talking about, he does it all based on his places, and I think it's Phoenix,
right.
So but he just put out, and it was super cool of him to do this, by the way. Most people don't do this, I guess. He just put out, he had to change the formula to Mill Ave because some of the places he gets the ingredients from either made it possible for him not to do it, or maybe they raised the prices, I don't know. So he had to change the formula, but he has, for anyone who's interested, he does have a few bottles left if you want to order the original formula, which is really good. Have you ever smelled it?
I haven't. No.
I'll have to send you. It's a watermelon.
Oof.
Yeah, dude. It's really good. I mean, I feel like I work for them right now, but
yeah,
I work for, so it's a
yeah.
He makes super like simple. So it's watermelon, cedar, and bergamot. It's so good.
Oh, dude, yeah, that sounds fantastic.
It's so good. It's so summery and light, but actually lasts a pretty long time. The dries down to that cedar. It's so nice.
I was gonna say, with that cedar note in there, it probably has a little bit of legs behind it. So
yep, yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
All right,
well,
so
that's cool. Well, I was gonna say, that's kind of a good segue, because like you're talking about like some other fragrance houses, they also run into that same issue. And I just learned that imaginary authors, they don't have the original formulation for Bull's Blood or Soft Lawn. Soft Lawn actually just got relaunched. I just saw that on their
wow. And they told, that's good. That I like that they tell you that. I like that.
Yeah.
Because you don't want a surprise. Right, if I was to pull the trigger, like I have a decent size. I don't even know what size it is. It's pretty good. I've used it a bunch and I still have some left. But I've been thinking about pulling the trigger on 2 fragrances from Icon. And if I got a different formula of Mill Ave without knowing it, I would be annoyed.
It ruins it. Yeah, it kind of ruins it. So I'm really curious on that, to see what the new formulation was, or even if I can get the original. So if anyone out there has a sample or anything like that of the original Soft Lawn, let me know, because I'd really like to see and compare them, because I'm thinking about getting it. Just
right, there you go. Thank you everyone for watching part 1 of 2 frag heads just chatting and sampling fragrances. So that's part 1, and part 2 will be coming out soon. Watch for it. I want to thank Tyler very much. And